Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV.
And we have Brenda Wood with us, the editor-in-chief of Heart Business Journal for Women. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome to the show, Brenda. This is going to be a fascinating talk, and as we discussed off the top of the show, Bonnie and I are very proud to have a fitness regimen that we love to share with people. We know a lot of people in our daily lives and people who come on our show. So this is a perfect fit. First off, tell us just a bit about yourself.
I'm a marketer by discipline and have been in the packaged goods marketing universe for my entire career. When I moved to London, I started an agency called EKG Marketing, and really trying to bring some of the discipline that I'd had on the client side to some of the London market, and had great success. One of my bigger clients were 3M, which we're very pleased to have, and just evolved into the publication. I think it was really something that was always meant to happen, and it's just translating all of that business experience into a pragmatic tool for women in business specifically.
And women, you know, we don't want to say there's a difference, but there is, and women have to do different things and go down different paths to get where they need to be. Absolutely.
Women have been in business really for the last 50 years with real presence, and that's increased in the last 30 in the boardroom setting. Men have been in business for centuries. To not have a tool to facilitate learning for us and for tools, and as you say, women shoulder a lot of the child care. There's different dynamic in the workplace still between men and women. There's opportunity for us to strengthen our position in the business environment and find tools that help us with our unique needs.
Let's talk about the magazine now.
Great.
Because it is different. When we were looking through it and even talking about it at the beginning, it's not just your typical, here's some information on heart and health and how to, there's a lot more to it. Give us an overview of the magazine.
The magazine is mentorship for career and life success. So what that means really is encompassing all the aspects that one needs to be successful in their life and in their career. So tips for someone starting a new business or in corporate, struggling with issues, you know, how to deal with a difficult boss, or how do you position yourself within a company to have significance and a point of difference. So we talk about the relevant business issues, HR, finance. So starting a business, how do you get you know, if you're looking to get an IPO or you'd like to register your business, what are the steps involved? Then we also talk about things about the health and wellness. Are you taking care of yourself? If you're working to workaholic levels, you're probably not going to be a benefit to your corporation, to yourself, to your family. So let's break down those paradigms. Let's get some healthy tools in place to help us identify where we're not doing things as well as we could, strengthening areas where we could, and talking to people that are there to help us. There's a great network available to us, and this helps you tap into that network. There's also fitness, there's also food and dressing for success, and what really is unique with Heart is it actually is an interactive product. It's a journal book, so you actually are asked throughout each issue to articulate your goals and chat about what's working in your life and what's not working and what you're going to do about it. We hear a lot of women get to 40 and their children are leaving for school and they say, who am I? Do I really like this job? Men do the same. We're not saying that men can't read this and benefit. Certainly they can. It's really a combination of coaching and business suggestions for people and tips. So there is actually nothing like it globally. There's no product that offers the journal and interaction.
It's really great to have the journaling feature in it. What prompted you to say, hey, I think I should do something like this?
I personally journal. Any of my peers that are very successful have always journaled. And any research we've done, journaling has been actually proven to reduce stress. It's actually proven to help you achieve your goals and articulate those goals. We hear The Secret came out, and a lot of people have been really embracing that concept, which is great. But you can't just sit on a couch and say, okay, I'm going to dream of success. You've got to go out and do it. You've got to articulate those goals. And by planning, we allow ourselves to bring ourselves awareness to what it is we really want to do. We do a lot. Business individuals, women for sure, plan their business. I work on Coke, or I work on, you know, Mars, or some brand. You spend a whole year planning for that business, but you spend no time on yourself. So it's basically an extension of what you're doing every day, but for yourself.
Brenda, I just had an aha moment as you were talking about this, and why I really love this magazine is because we just had, at my other job, we had a psychologist come in, a professional psychologist, and we all sat around and we just talked. and I learned more about myself. This happened last year than I did in my entire life from just what this person was talking about. And one of the things was writing it down, looking at a piece of paper how you are describing yourself, and then looking what experts would say. And I had a life revelation. Is that right? A revelation? Like, it was just an aha of my life. And because I was writing it down, it really helped me a lot.
We've got a hand model that we've actually created. It's our trademark version of that similar exercise. And you go through the process of identifying what your personality is, what your values are, what your emotional makeup, what your direction is, what are your dreams, and at the core, who are you? And if those areas are identified, then you can say, okay, you know, I'm emotionally, I get, you know, a little bit sensitive, or so you might be someone who's very great in the public sector or the service sector, helping maybe people with disability out, if you've got that type of makeup. And if you start to understand who you are, your career choices might be completely different. So the younger we start that process, and we can help our children and our friends' children out, and people that work for us that are, you know, our subordinates or people that are on our teams, helping them identify what it is they're good at and what they really enjoy. You're right. You could turn out to say, listen, I shouldn't be in front of the camera. I should be behind it, or should produce. You don't get to those aha moments unless you sit down and do the homework and do the exercise. You know?
And that's so true. I did that about probably 3.5 years ago, because I think sometimes we do jobs that either maybe our parents want us to do, or we think we should do because that's what society tells us we should do. And I was always happy doing different jobs that I've done, but about 3.5 or 4 years ago, I sat down and wrote down not the jobs that I wanted, but things that were important to me. And it's funny now, I actually just found that list about 2 months ago and thought, geez, I'm doing everything that I wanted to do with no job title, but everything that I wanted has happened.
Bonnie, that's really an interesting element, and I think that's what's fun about journaling too. These magazines you're not going to share. What we get is a lot of people saying, I bought it, I loved it, I've gone down to the convenience store and I bought 5 more for my colleagues. You don't give this away once you bare your soul. But what's really exciting is when you look back a year from now and say what it was you thought you wanted to do, and as you continually do this every other month, it's a bi-monthly magazine, so it gives you time to breathe. I mean, it would be too much once a month, I think, but time to breathe and say, am I making progress against that? Do I still want to get involved in that area? Do I still want to start a business that involves maybe dog sitting? And when you explore that option, you find out that it's going to be very, it's going to restrict your time and your flexibility. So, but you do want to start your own business. So how far are you progressing on your journal entries and your goals? And that's what's great about journaling too, is you look back and you bear witness to your thoughts and to what it was you set out to do, and how well you're doing against it.
All right, before we go, just is it available all variety stores? I mean, there's so many variety stores.
It's actually a national publication, Chapters Indigo, airports across Canada, and major newsstands as well. So A&P, Shoppers Drug Mart, we've basically got a national footprint. So if your retailer doesn't have it, ask them for it.
Okay, we're going to just get a shot on it so everyone can have a look.
Love this cover, by the way.
Thank you.
That was this one up.
That's our first issue, and the second one for viewers to know that that's on newsstand now.
This one here.
Yeah, let me have a look here. We're going to get a shot on this on camera.
Yeah, these
too.
are really fantastic. Congratulations on your success, and I'm sure you'll have much, much more.
What's your website?
HeartBusinessJournal.com.
HeartBusinessJournal.com. Continued success. And don't you look at, you got 2 of us. We're like kids in a candy store because we've been through it. It's great.
You know what? I really appreciate it, and that's the feedback we're getting. It's just a really warm and wonderful response we're getting. So again, thank you very much for bringing this to the market.
More of our show coming up right after this. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the John Labatt Center, into the kitchen, when we return. Stay with us.